Hello, my beautiful friends. Marla Mervis-Hartmann here, and it is March 31st, 2020, and whoa, we are going to talk about coping mechanisms because they are up, and they are up for almost all of us, I think, on one level or another. And I've had so many of you reach out to me saying, oh my gosh, I thought I haven't binged for years and it's back. I'm binging again. I'm emotionally eating. I'm restricting. I'm obsessed with my body. I can't stop eating. All these coping mechanisms around our food, comfort food, overeating, undereating, restricting, like everyone is concerned at this point, right? We're home. We're home. We have nothing else to do, right? And there is so much fear and concern in the field right now. And as a whole, we're all feeling this. And so we are coming up against these parts of ourselves that in good times can be pushed down. But when, excuse my language, when the shit hits the fan, these deeper parts of us that need to be healed come up to be looked at. And these deeper parts of us that need more love and care are present. And they can show up in our coping mechanisms. So we're going to talk about this, and we're going to talk about how you can be with yourself and even some other tools that you can use. So the first thing I want to say to you, and I say this all the time, and hopefully you will hear it and really hear it and feel it in your heart. It's okay. It's okay. Like, it's all right that you're dealing with things the way you are, and it's okay that you're using your coping mechanisms. This is not a normal time, obviously, you know that. But this is not the right time for you to go into beating yourself up and getting angry at yourself for behaviors that are not perfect, and for going into these old coping mechanisms. I mean, I'm just full disclosure here. Just like last week, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I feel so uncomfortable in my body. But see, I know that when I start feeling that way, I know because I have this weird itchy like fear underneath it. So my body, when it says I feel uncomfortable, it is telling me that there's something deeper. So that's the first thing I want you to look at here and to think about, is that your coping mechanisms, or the things that are showing up, is just pointing at the fact that you need to slow down and be with yourself in a different way. So maybe you do need to cry. Maybe you need to find a friend to talk to. Like, what do you need? And I know there's certain things that you may need right now that you're not able to actually get, like even maybe physical touch from certain people because of the social distancing, and that's real and that's true. But just asking yourself, what can you do for yourself? And let me just explain what I mean by that even more specifically, because if you are in the middle of having this deep compulsion to eat, or deep compulsion to overeat or binge, I'm not saying that all of a sudden you're supposed to be able to shift gears and say, what do I really need right now? No, sometimes it's pretty much impossible. I mean, at least that's what I've noticed. It's about taking time away at a different time and being with ourselves so that we can prevent these moments. But also, we just have to realize that emotional eating, we can shame ourselves around emotional eating because of the fear of gaining weight. If we weren't going to gain weight, then we actually wouldn't be even that upset about the emotional eating. It's just the shame that comes up in it, and the fear that comes up within it. And I have a video on emotional eating that I will share with below or over there somewhere. You'll find it. Even more about emotional eating, so you can dive into that video. But it's the shame and the anger and the upset towards ourselves that makes the emotional eating even worse, and that actually catapults us into more emotional eating and then more emotional eating. I know that's been my case. If I would overeat and then get angry at myself to soothe myself, I would overeat even more. So finding what you need, what can support you, and going out of your way to make that happen for you, for yourself. Really slowing down and being with yourself, getting quiet. Maybe these are moments where you need to look into some deeper healing. This is a good time to do that. And let's just talk about what we are being bombarded with by diet culture at this moment, which is this idea that we need to get super thin during this time. We have all the time. Exercise, lose weight, right? Or you better eat healthy. You better eat healthy or you're going to get sick, right? Yes, it is a good time for you to make healthy choices. It is a good time for you to lean into healthy choices, but not in sacrifice for your own well-being and your own feeling good about yourself. So it's not about restricting. It's not about getting the whip out. It's not about beating yourself up by restricting. We need, our immune system needs us to be fully nourished, fully cared for. It does not need us to be restricting and dieting and going into stress. Not at all. So I want to share with you that I am creating a special offer for you during this time. For 30 days, I'm creating a group where you get the opportunity to be supported by me, to have a group of other women that are also in need of support and care around coping mechanisms and around their eating and around their fears of everything that is going on right now. We're going to have live videos. We're going to have a Facebook group for the community to build, because we need it right now, don't we? We do. I know I do. And I want to be able to help you in these moments where you are emotionally eating or you are in fear, and to give you resources and deeply dive into some of these places so that you leave this time in your life in a better place. Where this time in your life, and even these moments of feeling frustrated and upset and angry because of your coping mechanisms, is actually a way to like start yourself into a better way of being, and a more loving and caring and a more respectful way of being. So if you're interested in learning more about this emotional eating coping mechanism support group, go ahead and just click below, and you're going to find out all the information. It's so super affordable. I want us all to feel supported and cared for at this time. I'm sending you all so much love, as you know, and please go ahead and send me a message. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how I can support you in this time. Much love.